What is up, everybody? Blue Dog 35 here. This is going to be a resurrection of one of my old series where I would take a crap car and do a good lap time with it. Obviously, this is the crap car in question. We're gonna do. Let's see. This is a. I believe it's a. Yeah, it's an E class. So, we're gonna do C class. We're gonna upgrade it to C class, and I'm just gonna have my normal go-to of Watkins Glen. We want the one with the bus stop, and no, I want to view leaderboard. There we go. So the cars to beat are. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can beat my Wagoneer. Yeah? Because I believe that's what I did last. So, you know what? On second thought, let's not do C class. Let's just upgrade it a single class. Let's bring it to D class and see what it can do. So we'll do. Oh, I went by Watkins Glen. I went by it again. Yes? No? No, I didn't. I am not here today. So my... wow, okay. So I have a relatively high, high time for this. 3:14. So let's see if we can beat the Cadillac limo, 129,786. I'm gonna take a picture of this right quick so that I remember the time. And we're going to see if I can beat my own lap time in the Cadillac limo. So we need to do some tuning. We got to bump it up to D class and then do a little bit of tuning. So first thing I'm going to do is throw some brakes in it and some suspension. And that's normally what I do. Just because it is a high-speed track, but you gotta have the handling. If you don't have, you know, how can you have any pudding if you don't eat your meat, you know? So let's see what the roll cage does for this. Does it take away or add? It adds 172 pounds, and it only adds... but it does make the weight distribution better, so let's go ahead and do that. It's front wheel drive, so I'm gonna want to swap it. We'll swap it to rear. And it's got that 3400 V6, but so we can put the 3.7 V6 in it, which I believe this is the engine out of the Nissan 370Z, I think. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. And then, of course, you just have your regular 350 V8 right here. This engine is crazy. Look at that torque. This engine is absolutely crazy if you look at the torque figures. It's a little four-cylinder and it makes almost 450 pound-foot of torque, which is fucking ridiculous. So I'm not really like not even the 350 V8 does that, and it's got half the amount of cylinders. But yeah, that's because of the friggin' crazy turbo. I'm not sure I want to go full-on turbo with it. I think I want the torque, but then again, this guy does rev really high, but at the same time, the stock engine revs the same. And then the red line for the V6, or the other V6, is actually lower than this one. So, we'll try and do the stock engine. Let's give it We can do twin turbos. Only adds 34 horsepower. You know what? I'm going to go supercharger because I have driven this engine supercharged in real life, and it's actually half decent. I'm not really all that worried about aero, but I am going to put it on at least the front. Yeah, I don't really like the look of that. Not that it matters. Not that looks, you know, especially with cars. But I'm going to keep that wing off. It's already got like a semi-racing transmission in it, but I am going to hold off on that. We'll put a clutch in it. I really only... I'd be doing it for £3. And it's already a 6-speed because I swapped it to rear-wheel drive. And it's got variable final drive, so I'm going to hold off on that and get a race drive line. That was good for 9.9 pounds, so 10 pounds. And see what the weight reduction does. 780 pounds, and it does a lot, but this engine doesn't really have much in the way of power. So it's only got 212 horse ponies. So we'll put some cams in it. Yeah, we'll put cams. And then a racing supercharger. Put the flywheel on it just because, you know, we want the options. Up the displacement a little. So now it's in the D class. The D. How much weight? So this takes away about 80 pounds, which isn't bad at all. Exhaust. No, I don't want that. I have absolutely no idea why I did that, but hey, whatever. We'll do valves. And then I already did displacement. We'll do pistons. Put the intercooler. I don't like doing this because it usually adds a whole bunch of weight. Yeah, that's like 30 pounds to add an oil cooler. But, hey, whatever. I might be able to fully build this engine and still have it in D class. 363. Yeah, we're going to be able to fully build this engine. It's going to have 427 horsepower. And this is fully built with a supercharger. And it's still only in D. So let's see what happens when, yeah, we add tires and it bumps it up to C. So it's rear-wheel drive, so we'll put some wide 255s on it. And then we'll see what getting rid of some unsprung weight does. I like the Koenig afterburners because they are the best looking, lightest wheels, in my opinion at least. And then we have one more point to play with, so what's 1 point? I already did all this. So, I mean, the weight reduction, yeah. So we're gonna do a $3.99 Pontiac Aztec because I can't give it one more point just because I did everything. This is a fully built. Oh, yeah, you could put giant dubs on it. Sweet. Just make the front ones huge. This is a fully built Pontiac Aztec. Fully built motor, stock motor at least. Fully built suspension. The only thing it doesn't have is a race transmission. And you know what? Let's do that just for the heck of it. And it's got race everything except for tires. Because if I put tires, it knocks it out of D class. It's got the widest tires it can get, the lightest rims that it can get. Oh, there we go. Okay, so if we take apparently that weighs 4 pounds. So we take 4 pounds away and we can get up to D400. Take the stock wing off. So I am going to do a test or with the stock setup, and then we'll tweak it a little bit and go from there. So here we are with our Aztec that's converted to rear-wheel drive, has racing everything except for tires. Fully built 3.4 liter engine. Supercharged. Have you ever seen a Pontiac Aztec spit flames before? I doubt it. So we're gonna warm up. Oh, it doesn't even have the balls to spin the tires. It's geared so low. Alright, so that could be a good thing. We're gonna warm up the tires a bit. And the first lap is always a throwaway. It's very squirrely. I really hope that I can dial some mechanical grip in, because this thing is very slippery through the corners. Yeah, this thing is very, very slippery. If I am unable to get mechanical grip with the setup, then I will probably have to either ditch the front wing or you know what? No. Because if I ditch the front wing, then that's just going to hurt it even more. If I may have to lower it 2 PI points by adding the rear wing, just because it's yeah, brakes are decent. Yeah, this thing is all over the place. I know it's a decent car. I know it can be modded to be, like, good, though. That just upset it a lot. So, yeah. The stock setup out of the box is absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. Like, I can't even begin to... It's junk. But when have you ever seen a drifting Pontiac Aztec? Let's try and get a clean, bad lap in. Even though this lap isn't going to be technically clean, if I am able to keep it off the grass, I should be able to get, you know, a decent baseline as to what this thing will run if I can actually get this thing around the track. Probably should have downshifted, but alright, well, I've accidentally corners before, and that's the best corner I've ever accidentally. Mike, if you're watching this, Road America in the friggin' V8 supercars. Yep, that was that all over again, I'm telling you. Except a lot slower and in a Pontiac Aztec. Oh my god. Alright, so we're calling that 131,769. And then my time to beat is 129,786. So I don't really have a whole lot to gain. Just over 2 seconds, or, you know, just around 2 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and back out of here. I think it's got the right amount of power. It's just got to get around the corners, you know, quickly and not sideways, because you lose a lot of speed going sideways. A lot of time is lost going sideways. So there we go. And I am going to go ahead and tune this. Just plop a bass tune in it, and I'll tweak it as it goes. Alright, so we are back with the tune. This is just a bass tune, so it will change. I got 28. I changed. This is just me doing my own gear ratios. I did 411 for the final drive. I didn't really mess with any of these guys. I'm not sure about the rear camber, but that's what it, you know, asked for. Or that's what the tuning calculator said. I'll probably end up taking some of that away. The rear toe, also kind of questionable, because it was rather stable. Front caster, maybe. Any roll bars I can see, because it was, you know, a little whatever, but it had me add rear roll bar, and I was having rotation issues, so I'll probably end up taking some of that out. The springs, took some away from the rear, which is kind of equivalent of taking some away from the rear sway bar, but at the same time, yeah, had me add a whole bunch to the front. I always just lower the car all the way. It says, the tuning calculator says to do it 4 clicks above minimum, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be, you know, about the same, and I don't really, you know, it's an SUV, so basically the lower you can get it, the better. I don't 100% understand rebound and bump, but this seems to be what, you know, roughly what I normally do for something this, you know, this heavy, and this weight, you know, distribution-wise. The aero, I just kind of bumped it up all the way. The brake is my own personal preference. I like to have a little towards the front, or a little more towards the front than the rear, and I usually set my brake pressure just in general, because I don't race with ABS. So I usually set my brake pressure anywhere between 85 and 95, and I really did like the way this one felt. It just needed a little more travel in the pedal, so I turned it down 5%. And then the differential was set to 170, and I changed it to, the tuning calculator said to do it 50-10, or no, 60-10, but I like 60 for acceleration, and I usually run, almost nothing for accelerate or for decel, but just so it rotates in the corner. But I'm trying 50, and we'll see how that works. So I'm applying the setup, and we will go to Watkins Glen. And actually, you know what, I just kind of borked that up. We'll go to Watkins Glen, and we'll see. The time to beat is 1:20 something. I'll tell you. 1:29.786 is what I gotta beat. So we're here with the massive ugly wing. It'll roast the tires now. Not a whole bunch, but at least it roasts them. Roastuses. And we're gonna just kind of... Doesn't want to slide as much, which is good. The rear end is still a little loose. Still a little bit loose. So I think what I'm going to do before I even set a lap time is take a couple or a few clicks of rear sway bar out, and we'll see what that does. That was bad on my part. I just got into that corner funky. It still wants to rotate. Now I'm not sure if that's the camber in the rear or not. I'm not used to the actual racing line at this track. I usually use everything. That was because I dipped a tire in the grass over there. So it still needs some dialing in. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and then I will cut to the actual lap itself. My best lap with this, so you don't have to sit through everything. Alright, so here I am. Not much has changed except the Aztec. It's got 2 more cylinders, and it's also got racing tires. I just could not get it to handle, so it's got a 350. The 350 was actually slightly lighter than the supercharged setup. It's got mild cams and an intake and an exhaust. So we're gonna try and get this thing to beat my limo. The handling is already light years better with the tires. I just really hope that I can beat the limo, because the limo had a lot of power. Yep, no drama through the corner. So this is going to be our first, like, flying lap. As you can see, that's my own time in the limo. She was a little sideways. The sad thing is, this is like the 300 time or something. It's like number 300. And it's number 2 of all of my friends. Which is really sad. I can beat it. I know I can. It's just got the legs on me. This thing is very planted for rear-wheel drive. So the limo is going to pull away, but I might be able to get it in the bus stop and then around the carousel. Not if I lock up like that, though. It's going to take another lap. Alright, hopefully this lap is the one. Oh, that's a dirty lap. Thing is just a monster on the straights. Forget what engine I had in that. It's probably the same one that's in this. Alright, so this lap should be clean. Should be. Hopefully. And it says it is. That was my, yeah, my computer sending me that same notification I just got. And I broke way too much. Gotta love it, huh? You get through your problem area on the track perfectly, only to fuck it up somewhere else. I am right there, though. You can see that. Nope. Apparently that was dirty. Alright, whatever. I was just going over the damn humps. Thing just needs a tiny bit more power. What the hell? Oh, and that's not dirty? Alright, I'll take it. I will take it. Nope. Oh my god. So close. And that's dirty. Oh man, I think Forza just arbitrarily decides when a lap is dirty or not. I don't think there's any real in or out of bounds. Oh my god, I locked up the fronts. God damn it. This friggin' car's got it in it. It can do it, only just, but it can do it. Yep, we are sideways. Just a little. I just need a little more power. It'd be so much easier. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna drive the track like I normally do. And if I can beat this car that way, I'm gonna call it a success. Because I am so close. Same exact result. One more time. One more time, that's it. think if I get through the bus stop a little better, because that last one was an absolute disaster. And I'm just now getting overtaken, so I'm about half a second faster than I was last lap. And yes, I know that was dirty as friggin' hell. But if you've ever seen my friend Mike and I race on here, we race just like that. Call it dirty, call it whatever the hell you want. Yeah, it's a dirty lap in Forza's eyes. But it's kind of like the NASCAR line. You watch the NASCAR guys drive this track. They're doing pretty much exactly what I'm doing. And there we go. That's going to be 1:28.707. So, it's not going to be an official time, but 1:28.707. And that beats 1:25 or 1:29.786. So I beat it by 7:07. I beat it by just over a second. I've only been recording for an hour. So, of course, you're going to see the super duper condensed version now that I have editing software since I last did these. But yeah, thank you very much for watching if you watch the whole thing. And if you want to see me do a challenge like this, let me know in the comments. Be sure to check out the links in the description. And we're going to do some victory dog nuts here. Yeah, we're the winners. Check out the links in the description and yeah, all that stuff. So, thank you very much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video.
If we win this race, you'd have to correct the back of the car.